we work this out? Like, do I totally like, other examples would be like the expanded background checks. And from California perspective, we're like, we've been dealing with this for a long time. But the fact is, in the majority of the other states, they don't deal with it at all. So that is something that we're also going to have to see is if she tries to bring a national scheme to that, which could have an impact on states like California. What we all have to realize is if the attorney general says, hey, this is the limit of background checks, great. But in California, just like we've seen with multiple other policies, there's going to be states that are going to fight back, whether they're Attorney General like Bonta, who, as you know, Kevin, has about $50 million in his war chest thanks to the legislature in this state and the governor. He may decide to countersue and say, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to comply. We're going to see how well that works out for them. It also deals with the ATF. And I think you're going to see a lot of recommendations come out against the ATF. There's been some talk about getting rid of the ATF. But ATF had developed under the Biden administration a zero tolerance policy. And, I can see where firearms advocates see that as a huge victory. But zero tolerance isn't working. Let's just be honest. If you say to your spouse, your friends, I have a zero tolerance that if you ever do X, I'm throwing the book at you. Well, humans are humans, and mistakes are made. It's intent behind those laws. And so the zero tolerance we use that before agents get
less than a couple of weeks into the Trump presidency, and it's already said during the election cycle that he planned to do when he became president. So we shouldn't be that surprised, but we need to be prepared. This video is still accurate, but there have been so many things that have happened since this video. So I really want you to follow the 3 things that I'm going to suggest in this video. And it's really for you to protect what you already have, prepare, make sure you have a fully funded emergency fund just in case you have a layoff or, just a reduction in income, and then profit. We're going to talk about you starting a business and doing those types of things. But I didn't want to, because there's so many things that Donald Trump and Elon Musk are coming out with that may impact you. And I will have videos about this in the future. But, when they froze all federal grants, they did pull back on that because it impacted a lot of people. I think that, they haven't thought it through. For example, the University of Alabama gets a lot of grant funds for some of their research, and that would impact people, so you don't know if it's going to impact you, but you don't know how far it trickles down. So I'm sure, they're probably going to come back out line by line and, cut some things. But again, it could impact you in your employment. It could also impact you in your daily life. I know some people are getting like a child tax, child care credit to reduce the cost of their child care, at least in Atlanta. That did impact them briefly. So it's not that it's gone away. It's just something that is being reevaluated. So you really want to make sure you're prepared for any, increased expenses in that, in different areas or decreases. Of course, we have the federal buyout and potential layoffs. Don't take the buyout. Even work for the federal government. Receive, again, like you said, any kind of grant funding that might be impacted. The Department of Education, a lot of that, if you're working for a school system that might receive federal funds, that may impact you. And also, I want to say that student loans, a lot of the executive orders that the president signed change some of the payment methods, income-based repayment, the savings. Don't think that Donald Trump can't do something along those lines to make, to say, okay, let's get more income in. There's not enough people paying on their student loans. And that could impact you, particularly if you have student loans and you're not paying the regular standard payment. So, you want to be, again, prepared, and you want to, protect what you have. So you have to start not paying frivolously. your income. We're focusing on essentials. Again, just budget cuts in general. People have been asking me about some of the down payment assistance programs. Most of them are state and city funded, so they shouldn't be impacted. But it would be a good idea for you to reach out to the programs that you're considering and ask them, do you receive any federal funds for these housing programs to see if, these first-time homebuyer programs to see if they'll be impacted. But I will come back on this channel and let you know, okay, here's my regularly scheduled video. We're very early on in the Trump administration, but I want to make sure that you're prepared to take advantage of any policy changes. So the major things that he's talking about right now primarily are tariffs, deportations, deregulation, and then general policy changes. Like he did DEI policy changes. He did, some military policy changes. He is making all the federal workers go back to work. So those executive orders. And some of those different went up 55%. So you would have gained 55% over the previous administration. The Dow Jones Industrial Average went up about 39%, and the NASDAQ, which are more technology stocks, a lot of technology stocks, went up 46%. So, that is real growth, real money. So if you're not invested in the stock market, you don't have to be like a stock market genius or anything. Just invest in those indexes. The S&P 500 is a really easy index to invest in. And I'm going to put a video that I did that just explains the very simple terms of what those indexes are and how you can use them to invest in. So I'll put that in the description as well. But I want you to be able to in the stock market in either way. Stocks being invested in a long-term game.
Nope.
And today, stocks are going down overall. They fluctuate, but on a historical basis, it always real estate and the stock market.
Yeah.
Will come down the years, but historically, we have a positive real estate investment. Well diversified stock market investments. So I want you to be confident about this. If you have a 401k at your job, you can open a Roth IRA. Investment accounts, particularly, and I want you at least to be knowledgeable about crypto. He is a big proponent.
Here we go. Let's do this.
Much more than the Biden administration ever was. So you want to make sure that you Number 2, lower your expenses. Now, we did not have a recession under the Biden administration. I think our last recession had to do with COVID as far as like going down, as far as GDP going down, right? But every cycle, there's pretty much a recession. So I'm not saying there's going to be one in the Trump administration, but there could be. So you always prepare.
Roll.
Most recent years, a lot of the work that can be done by people can be done much faster by the AI. Really want you to think about your career and if this is something that is going to be impacted by AI. AI technology is moving so quickly that you may not have to retrain or react. You need to start planning for that now. And one way to plan for it is to make sure you have sufficient income, a sufficient emergency fund, and that you have enough money that you're able to, like I said, you're able to invest. You're able to pay off debt if you have some. You're able not to just live paycheck to paycheck.
Come on.
Because if you lose your job, you're not going to have time to really recover, especially if you're not trained in some of these high-tech fields. You may not have time to recover and you may not be able to find the same kind of job that you have before. So there's AI threats. There's economic threats. We don't know exactly what's going to happen. The tariffs, the deportations, all of that. So you just want to be in a position where your economy you're financially stable. And that means having an emergency fund, I'm going to talk about having more income than just your regular income. You want to make sure you're paying down debt, you're saving money, you're stabilizing your expenses, you're doing all of those things. And there will be some tax advantages that President Trump has proposed. You want to start taking advantage of those and pay attention to what those are so you can take advantage of those. Now, number 3 is starting a business. And I've said this before. Donald Trump is very much, pro-business, right? And even small businesses. And one of the things that the advantage you get with having a business is that you can write off some of your business expenses and reduce your overall tax liability. You can be in a position when you start a business, you can hire your children in that business, to make sure that whole financial stability part is more secure. Because if you are just dependent on outside failure. So whether you're working for the government or working for the private sector, it may not be as stable as it has been in the past. So I want you to have some kind of income, whether it is going to be a product business, a service business. It's very easy for you to have a online business right now.
Feeling this.
Something different. You don't have to open up a store. Better with that. I want something that you can control. You can work really, really hard and still get the same amount. Income that you can control, and you'll be able but I definitely want you to do that. I said we're early into the Trump presidency. So again, 3 things I think that can at least prepare you to take advantage of any of the upsides of the Trump presidency. Let me know what you think. Put your questions in the comments. I would love to hear them. And I'll do things because I guess I could be a whole Trump channel all the changes and all the trends that are happening in the administration. But I hope at least someone is kind of giving
Well, I know.
But I think we're rolling and a lot of people were able to take advantage of ready? You can take advantage of something like this. So questions in the comments. If you are not already subscribed, please like and subscribe to my channel for new videos every week.
Are you ready for the largest tax cut in American history? Well, President Trump has officially laid out his tax priorities as Congress prepares to pass a bill. And if this passes, it will literally be the largest tax cut ever. I mean, seriously, just watch this clip from his press secretary.
No tax on PIP, which is obviously a very public campaign promise the president made. No tax on senior Social Security. No tax on overtime pay. Renewing President Trump's 2017 middle class.
Trump's tax plan.
Give up, do you? Can't stay down. Must we?
Yeah.
Really, guys?
Beleza.
Not a wise choice. What a waste. Good stuff. Back to it.
ありがとうございました。
Hey, pal, how'd it go? Get me one of those sweet VR prizes?
Sorry. Turns out I suck.
You couldn't do it, huh? Oh, well. Sorry for borrowing your legs. Anyways, I asked around about your red-nosed fella. Still don't know where he is, but I did find who might.
Yeah?
At least that's what they told me. Oh, speak of the devil.
You're the one looking for that homeless guy? Yeah? You find him?
No, not yet.
Try heading over to the children's park then. Some volunteers are handing out free food. All the hungry homeless of Kamurocho will be there.
Thanks for the tip.
Don't mention it. See you.
Yo, it's Kaito. Where are you?
On my way to the children's park. Think I might run into the thief.
You mean the guy who robbed us is still in town?
Not sure. But even if he isn't, I might find a lead or two. According to Ayabe, the thief was a homeless guy by the name of Red Nose.
You're saying a bum took our money?
Looks like it. No clue if he's still alive, though. After Higashi got to him, that is.
Right. Well, I'm in. See you at the children's park, yeah?
For example, let's just assume you paid $30,000 in state and local taxes, which you normally write off.
Hey, sorry about this. Looks like they weren't handing out food after all. My bad.
So we're doing this instead?
Yep. Red Nose sends his regards.
Ah, man. I bet. Shit. Come on here. Come on here. Come on, y'all. Come on here. Go ahead. Come on. Come on here. Look at that. Hey, I thought I could get on swing, bro. Oh. Oh yeah, there you go. Ah, look out! I did. What the hell? Oh, I got it. That sets me on fire. That's great.
You guys are getting old for this. Why'd you attack me?
We wanted to know who you are. Why would someone want to know about Red Nose now?
So, you're a friend of his? Is he still alive?
No. Hasn't been for a while now.
When'd he die?
About a year ago, someone found him floating face up in the sewer. Body was all shot up with bullet holes.
Shot? Did you go to the police? No, of course not.
What are the cops gonna do for us? Dead bum in a ditch. It's just more paperwork
I've
for
read something on
them.
the forums where people hear,
Either way,
I guess during startup, this
body's
car sound a little
long
rough at the
gone.
beginning, right? Yeah. What is that?
but we still want to find out what happened to him. That's the best funeral we can give him now.
Right.
Don't have a clue who killed him, though. Or why. All we remember is that a year ago, some Tojo clan Yakuza was looking for him.
Must be Higashi. And is that Yakuza the one who killed Red Nose?
Not sure. Those types are kinda out of our league, you know? We thought if anyone would know something, it'd be you. That's why we...
Sorry, but my buddy here's got more fight in him than some random Yakuza. Fighting to me only constant thing in his life. That's comedy joke for you.
Just want to say major salute. He
You're
said,
late,
yo,
Kaito-san.
I don't know if you're going to get
Is
this.
this the guy who was looking for
However,
Red Nose?
I do want to say thank you for all you do.
Yeah,
Today,
that's
of this,
him.
okay.
Not a doubt in my mind.
So, a year ago, Higashi took the money back from Red Nose and returned it to the Matsugane family. Around the same time, Red Nose turns up ice cold in the sewer. Who do you think killed him?
I just can't believe it. Higashi's not a murderer. Where would he have even gotten a gun?
There are ways. This is Gamucho, remember?
I'm gonna go talk to Higashi. You're coming too, right, Kaito-san? Don't you want to know what happened?
Okay, I'll come.
Let's head to Charles then.